Draw every day with JJK.
Hi everyone, I'm Jarrett, aka JJK, and welcome back to my art studio. I'm speaking to you today from my home studio in Northampton, Massachusetts, and I so appreciate and just feel so privileged to be welcomed into all of your homes. I've been seeing all of the amazing photos that grown-ups have been posting, and I'm so proud of all of those artists, young and a little bit older than young, that have been taking out some paper and some pencils and creating some characters and drawing together. And that's such a beautiful thing to see all of this collaboration that has been happening in your homes. It's just the coolest thing ever. Well, today I have another exciting lesson today. Now, my job as the illustrator is to draw the character consistently. Every time I draw the character, it needs to look like the same person. So, for instance, let me show you this. Let's go to the overhead shot here. And you have the Lunch Lady books. Every single time I draw this character, this Lunch Lady character, it needs to look like the same person every single time I draw them. These books are about 96 pages long, and there are 10 of them. I have about to release the 6th Jedi Academy book, and so every single time I draw each and every one of these characters over all of these pages, they need to look like the same person. Everything needs to look consistent, whether it's a graphic novel or a picture book. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to teach you about how to draw a character, the first steps in drawing a character consistently. And that's all about the proportions. And what that means is the amount of times the head will fit into the body. So every character's head will be 1 unit of measurement. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to take out my pencil and I'm going to sketch out a character for you. And I'm going to draw a character from the Jedi Academy books. Let's see if you can tell who this is going to be. Remember on the first day I said we always start with a shape. So here we have one shape, kind of like an upside down onion. And then the next shape I draw, sort of like a teardrop shape. And this will become the character's head and body. If you're drawing along, remember that these videos will be archived, so you can always replay and pause if there's a piece that you're missing as I move along. So I figure out where the character's legs and arms will go. Now, I'm not giving this particular character a very dynamic pose because that would be difficult to teach over this particular lesson, but we'll get to dynamic poses in a future lesson. So remember yesterday we talked about putting that plus sign on that character's head. Imagine if you were to draw a plus sign on a balloon, so I can know where the character's eyes, nose, and mouth go, and ears. Now I'll draw the character's hair. And then the details of the character's clothes. And this is Victor Starspeeder, which is a character of my own invention that gets to live and exist in the world of Star Wars, which it's always a huge thrill to be a part of all of this. Okay, now I've sketched it out. I'm going to create the finished line work. And I'm just using a marker. Typically, if I was creating the art for the finished book, what I would be using would be a brush dipped into ink. But we'll talk about that more in a future lesson. Drawing Victor's Jedi robes, his Jedi boots, So now I'm going to take out a ruler and I'm going to figure out, I'm going to draw a line from the top of the character's head to their chin. Now Victor has some high hair, so I'm not going to count the very tips of his spikes. I'm going to look for the top of his skull. The top of his very head, which should be right here. And then I'll make a line here at his chin. This is now 1 unit of measurement. So let's see how many heads tall Victor is. I'm going to figure out, okay, I'm going to put my finger right here. I'm going to slide it down, make a mark, bring the ruler down, and then I'll make a mark. And then again, I'll use that marker as a sense on where to draw the line going across. Okay. So Victor is 1, 2, 3 heads tall. Every single time I draw Victor, his head should fit into his body 3 times. And also let's take note on where the second head falls. Right there at his hip. So that second head should always come right down on his hip. And this is a guide to help me know how to draw the character. Now this is what you would call on model. Let's write that down, on model. I have decided that this is what the character looks like. It should look like this every time. When this character looks just like this, it is drawn on model. Okay, let's try to draw the character again. And I'm going to again draw that sort of upside down onion shape here. First shape for the character's head. Then that teardrop shape. Again, just a standard standing position, nothing too dynamic. He's not wielding a lightsaber right now. I'm going to draw that plus sign to figure out where the character's eyes, nose, and mouth will go. Character's hair, the character's Jedi robes. Now I'll create the finished line work. And something in my gut says, this is looking a little bit off model. Something just doesn't look right. Now, I want my readers to stay in my books and stay with the story. I don't want my readers to stop and notice that a character is off model, because then they're not there with the story. They're thinking about how I messed up in that drawing. So let's, again, find the top of his skull. We'll make a line. Bottom of his chin, we'll make a line. That's one head. Okay, let's figure out. Down here, make a mark, bring it down here, make a mark, bring it down here, make a mark. So this character is 1, 2, 3, and let's say 3 3/4 tall. So do you see where I went wrong there? The character's head should have fit into their body 3 times. With this character, the body was way too long. So let's try it again. Again, start with that shape. Start with that little onion shape. I have a little teardrop shape. Draw that plus sign. The facial features. The Jedi robes. Let's make the finished line work. And again, I could already tell this just is not looking right. This does not look like the same character that I drew earlier to be on model. So I think we know the answer, but let's walk through it. Line from the top of the skull, line to the chin. Let's measure that out there. Bring it down. Whoa, okay. So let's say this character is 1, 2, 2.25 heads tall. That looks off model, doesn't it? Because that is what the character should look like. But here's a cool lesson here. Which of these 3 characters look the oldest? Is it version 1? Version 2? Or version 3? The character that looks oldest would be version 2, because their head is fitting into their bodies more times, And as we get older, and as our bodies grow, our heads, if you measure our heads to our body, our head will measure into our bodies more times. Now, which of these 3 characters looks the youngest? Right, it's this one. Because look at how big that kid's head is. Think of a baby or a toddler and how they have as a big old pumpkin head. Because as babies, they have these big old heads compared to their bodies. And as they grow, we all stretch out. Now, notice how big the eyes look like there. We are born with the same size eyeballs that we'll have the rest of our lives. So that's why babies' eyes look so big, and that's why we think babies are so cute, and that's why everybody really loves Baby Yoda. Okay, let us take a moment now to... Oh, wrong one! Pugcam! Oh, he's sleeping too! We have all these sleeping pugs in our house right now. Well, there we have Mr. Frank. He has a birthday coming up. We all want to nap like you right now, Mr. Frank. And now, for one of the most exciting parts, the most exciting part of our daily show, it is time for some family draw time. And today, we are playing...
Magic Mirror.
And I'm joined today again by my kid, Zoe.
Hi.
And so Zoe and I were talking about the drawing games we like to play. And Zoe had a great idea. You invented this game?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so why don't you tell everyone watching what this game is?
So, basically, say I drew a circle, then Dad would have to draw a circle and then add on, like, say, an eye to the circle, and I'd replicate that eye and add another eye or something, and then just keep going.
Right, so person A will draw something. Person B, on their paper, has to draw what person A drew, like a mirror. But then person B will add something, and then person A will mirror that and add something after that. So, a little confusing, but watch us play, and we think that you'll get the hang of it. And let me switch to... Okay, so Zoe, what color would you like?
Go again.
Okay, and I'll go for green today. So Zoe, why don't you go first, since you came up with this game? And maybe it would be fun to try to do it at the exact same time. Let's try that. Okay, so I drew what you did. Okay, so ready? I'm going to add to it. Ready? Because that would be like this would be like the intense mirror round. Whew. Okay. Okay, now you add something. This is intense. Okay. Okay. I am thinking. I'm thinking. Okay. I am. Wait, I'm thinking some more. Oh, I see. Okay, ready? You ready? Okay, it's your turn.
Mine's real wonky.
That's okay. It's fun to be wonky.
I don't know what you're doing. You have to try with me.
Oh, right. See, we did not rehearse this one. We talked about the game. Okay. Oh, ready? I'm gonna add because you started. Ready?
What?
I don't know. It's some creature. All right. We were just getting the hang of it. Let's do that one more time. That was a lot of fun, actually. All right. Ready? We'll put these over here.
I was giggling in the background when you were talking about babies having a big pumpkin head.
Oh, because your brother has a big pumpkin head.
And he has a big head and he's obsessed with pumpkins.
And he's obsessed with pumpkins. Okay, ready? I'm going to start down here. Ready? It's good to have sound effects. Yeah, I have some sound effects there. Okay. That's okay. That's fun. Oh. Oh, ready? Hold it, like a sort of like diamond style. Ready? Like a.
Oh, it's a bird.
Well, that's up to you. You have the next mark. Oh, right. I keep forgetting it. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. Well, believe it or not, we are at the end of today's show. Grown-ups, you can share some of the artwork made at home by posting them to the post that I will put on Facebook that replays this episode. If you would, try to take a horizontal photo of the kids' art, because that'll just make it a little bit easier on my end when I put together the video I'm about to share with you. What else? I'm going to get as many as I can. I wish I could get every single one. If you're on Instagram, if you tag me at Studio JJK Grownups on your Instagram stories, I'll repost them so we can see what everyone is drawing. Now, tomorrow is a big day, because tomorrow is going to be the first big payoff for this show being live. We are going to be brainstorming together. So I'm going to be in real time looking at what grown-ups will send me from the ideas, and I'm going to draw the characters. You're going to draw the characters that we all come up with. Thanks again for watching, and bye!
Bye!
Please click like and subscribe and keep drawing. See you soon!